Yeah, I mean, at one level, I think most investors have a similar sort of criteria, right, around the people, the product or solution, and then some market, right? And so it's some combination of those three things, and ideally, you want all three of those things, and they're weighted differently, and so I think you very quickly make the assessment, like where are the gaps, right? And if it's two co-founders working on something that they understand the space, but they don't know the tech, great. Well, let's get someone to augment that. And if the gap is around, we know that there's some interesting product, or they've built something that's interesting, but they don't know what the market is. Like, you got to really quickly figure that out, right? And so I'm sure you've also seen plenty of examples where someone falls in love with the thing that they built, but there's no market for it, and so you got to help them figure that out. And then sometimes it's the ridiculous opportunity, right? And there's this team that's like totally understands the space, but they haven't touched any, they haven't invented anything, right? And so there's all this like risk around the building side of things. And so, whether it's team, product, or market, like just very quickly trying to figure out where to fill some of those gaps is one thing that we do. And then the other is having them understand as they build that venture, what's the next credible path, next credible step that they could take, right? Because you're always at one particular stage. You have this really big vision, and I love the fact that your background is the mountains, right? And so the analogy I often have shared, and I stole this from someone else, that you got to articulate to someone what your summit is and then what your base camp is. And so the whole time is like trying to orient someone, whether it's an investor, an employee, a prospective partner, of you got your really big idea, and you're the team to be able to climb that mountain to get to the really big idea. And what's that next credible step? And so helping people figure that out is I think a big part of this role.